Hi, it's Amelie. Today we're going to do just practicing, and we're gonna do Le Cygne, the Swan by Camille Saint-Saëns, and we are going to use Play, which is an app, a very cool app where you can practice with an accompaniment. They have different options on the app. You can practice with a flutist playing with the accompaniment, so you can play along when you're learning the piece. Maybe it can be helpful. And then you can also play without the flute, so you play only with the piano part or the orchestral part if it's a orchestral accompaniment. And I think you can also play only with the flute without piano. Like, you could start with that, then adding the piano, and then you play without any other. It's like you play with the piano directly. So we're going to start, and if you have any questions during the live stream, just ask them and I will answer them. And yeah, so I'll just press play and I start.
It won't give a metronome tap. It'll give 3 little dots in the middle. So because the tap is very loud, so you'll see 3 little dots. See, it'll count 6 beats, and then it'll start.
My flute is in the repair, so I have to get used to it. Plus I didn't play yet, so I'm gonna just do a tiny warm up. Okay. It's a good flute, but when it's not your flute, it's like something you have to get used to. Check if I think I was too low in the beginning. I'll go back. Is the balance good?
Everyone's saying it's fine.
Cool. Okay. So, for that piece, I guess breathing could be one thing to look at. And yeah, I have the sheet music as well. I'll just work on the flute part and then I'll replay it with the accompaniment. Continue. Okay. So, because it's slow, even if you want to do 2 bars, you'll have to breathe enough, you know. But you have good places to breathe. You play the first 2 bars and then you have a rest, you breathe there. Then at bar 5 you have 2 rests, you breathe there, but you have to breathe enough. Then 2 bars later you have a long note, a dotted half note, you can breathe there. 2 bars later again. Every 2 bars you breathe. But here maybe it would be nice not to breathe when the theme comes back, you know. A violinist would play it like this. You know, they would bring that F sharp to the G, but us flutists, we might have a difficulty there if we don't breathe somewhere. Parenthesis and I'll see if I can not breathe there, but if you need to, it's a good spot. Then other 2 bars, then the long note here, but you have a crescendo on that long note, so it's here. I'll show it. Wait, has to appear. So yes, bar 21 you have a crescendo, so sorry, I have some. Would be cool not to breathe there. Okay, let's say I take a big one. I can't play that soft because the piano was playing a bit louder there. It could be done, and you breathe after the B at 24, or you could even wait. Spot too, because it's cool to keep that crescendo and go to the next C with the next B without breathing, without doing. But I guess you can breathe there as well if you take an expressive breath. I think it's okay. Yeah. And then those long notes there. Okay, that's for the breathing part. So you really have to breathe when you do it, because sometimes I see people, they take a very superficial breath, you know, they go just they only use the top of their lungs, like, and that's it. You have to breathe in 3D. All the back and the whole chest has to open, and then the belly has to expand. Everything has to expand, like, or as I explained that before, the Hawaii technique. You go, so ha, you push your belly forward. Wa, you open the chest. I, you open the ribs, and then yi, you put a little bit in the chest. So you have to have no air anymore, and then you go. And also you have to push the air out. Some people, they breathe in before they're empty of air. Just, I don't know if it's an insecurity or if it's the body saying, hey, you're supposed to breathe more often than that. What you can do to practice that is breathe in and then hold your breath. So you breathe in. I'm not going to wait too long because it's going to be boring, but you can wait for a good 20 to 30 seconds. And it trains your body to have air and wait until you take another breath. Because sometimes I have students who I can see they still have air, but they don't empty their lungs and they take more air. So it's really, yeah, you have to push the air out as well. So use all the muscles around your lungs, you know, all those not even around the lungs because they're higher than that, but all the muscles between the ribs, and here the muscles in the front, they also make sure the air doesn't go out all at once, because you could do you know, but no, they keep the pressure stable, but it's not all at once. It deflates at a certain rate, you know. So that's for that. No question?
No, nothing yet. Just people want listening.
Okay. And then other things you could work on apart from the breathing aspect would be tone colors. Like when I started it, I think I could have started more piano. To do tone colors, you could use different vowels in your mouth while you're playing. So you could use to do a u, something more closed for the piano dynamics, and something more open like a, o for the forte dynamics. So let's say when you take your first breath, it should be in the style of what you're gonna play. I'll give you an example of something that would be weird. You see, because I'm playing something soft, everything has to be in the same style, so. I also think the articulations shouldn't be too percussive there. You don't know. No, it just has to be in the air. Yeah. And also sometimes what I do, I put my tongue there and I release on the first note. So I take a breath, leave my tongue, and release when I start blowing at the same time. very calm, and then when I get to bar 7, you already have a little bit more tension with the sharps there, and at bar 8 you have way more tension, and it results on that high D that you have to put a lot of energy on. And then it's open, but it's, I would say it's forte there. But it's a calm forte. It's not a, you know. And then here at 12, I would change the color. No, something a little bit more dark, because at 10, you see, and at 12, it's not the same. So I changed the colors. I changed the shape of my mouth inside a little bit, and then it changes the sound. You see here, it's very interesting, because usually when you have chromaticism, like at bar 17, it's tension. But now here, the tension is on a decrescendo. I think it's nice, because you have that da, wait. Da, but that F sharp should have tension in it. It's a bit like the beginning. Yeah, you have that big thing. 20. And I would say another thing. So we said breathing, colors, and now I would say vibrato. That's an expressive piece. You need vibrato. One thing you should be careful with, like we have a video about vibrato. So I talk about the goat vibrato and all those things. The goat vibrato being this. Like when you vibrate, your throat has to be as open as when you don't vibrate. It's the same thing. It's like everything's open. It's just vibrating. Little air pulses, you know, but the thing is, you don't want to have a vibrato that's too even, because you're gonna sound like a robot, you know, or a MIDI vibrato or something. You don't want to sound like this. You see, I was doing four little vibrations per beat. Ha 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 ha. It's not expressive, it's robotic. So you have to play with it. Sometimes you vibrate, sometimes you don't, sometimes you go fast, sometimes you go slow. Let's say I do one note. with it. So I'll play the first, just the beginning, so you can hear how I'm playing with the vibrato a little bit. Sometimes I don't vibrate, and then I start vibrating. Sometimes I start vibrating right at the beginning of the note, and then I stop, or I continue, or, just go with your ear and how you feel, but don't make something too robotic. If you want to make sure, just listen, record yourself, listen to yourself. You'll notice if you're doing it. Sometimes it's easier to hear what you're doing if you're recording yourself, because you're not so busy doing things, so you're more aware. Because sometimes we're not that aware when we're playing. It's a big training to play and be aware at the same time. So because you have a lot of things to do, to think about when you're learning, fingerings, all those things. Once a lot of those things become natural for you and like automatic for you, then maybe you have more energy to just be aware of what's going on. But it's good to train your awareness when you're practicing, but also recording yourself is a very good tool for that. Any comment, question?
Yeah, somebody's saying, were you talking about head joint turning? Were you talking about head joint?
I didn't talk about it,
okay, so then
but
about that.
I did it on my, maybe he saw that I adjusted your flute, because I think.
Some people say to do the opposite way, apparently.
Do what?
Whatever you just did, or the opposite way. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just a conversation.
Yeah, there's always people doing opposite of other people,
Yeah.
And great flutists do both ways, Like Robert Langevin, he plays very out. Alexa still plays very in. They're both amazing flutists, I think it's you have a different physiognomy. You have to find your own comfortable way of doing things. And that's what a teacher is supposed to do, help you find your own way, not just give you his or her own way. So if there's no question, I guess I'll just play it one last time, and that's gonna be it for today.
There's nothing else that you need to talk about. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple piece.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I think if I was redoing it, I would not. I think it would be nice if I could not breathe that between 17 and 18, but maybe I would breathe there now. I don't know. I took a breath after. I don't. Was it disturbing that breath after?
Everyone's
think?
commenting about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's it.
Maybe you want to talk about the festival in your studio and stuff.
Yeah. So some people ask us sometimes about taking lessons with me, and it's very easy now because of Skype. It's been existed for a while. I'm talking about it as if it was a new thing, but I give lessons on Skype. If you want to know more about it, just email us at theflutechannel@gmail.com.
No, info@theflutechannel.com. Yeah,
Okay.
the Flute Channel website, yeah.
info@theflutechannel.com.
And also the Tomplay.
Yeah, so Tomplay, it's an app. I guess you just Google Tomplay and you can buy the app.
Yeah, you can also access it on your computer and on your phone and on your tablet. You can.
Yeah, it's you can use it on a tablet, on a phone, on a computer. It's great. Yeah, a lot of people don't have access to a pianist all the time. It's if you want to spend less on rehearsing with the pianist, or even some people, they play in different things. They could have the accompaniment, and it's
totally the same because they use real instruments.
yeah, it's real instruments, so you could play a wedding with that, or it sounds very good. What else? So
We have a festival in 3 weeks.
yeah, we have the Montreal Flute Festival in 3 weeks. If you're interested, it's 15th, 16th, 17th of August. It's in Montreal. It's a beautiful place to be, and it's very nice with us and Alexa still, and we have fun, and we learn. You can just Google Montreal Flute Festival, and you'll find it. MontrealFluteFestival.com. And that's it for that. If you're looking for a flute, we have an agreement with the Flute Center of New York. You can use the code TFC, and you get perks like extended warranty of 18 months instead of 12, and I think you get to try more flutes for a longer period of time.
10 days.
10 days, and I think
Free
it's
shipping.
3 flutes and free shipping and all those things. And we get something out of it too, and it helps us to do more videos. And thanks to everyone who used our code in the last
We've had
few months, because we've had a lot lately. So we're very how do you say that? Grateful. Yeah, we're very grateful when you use our code. And
the address is flutes and then the number 4.
it's flutesforsale.com. Flutes and then number 4 sale.com. And okay, so I talked about the flute channel, the lessons. That's it?
Yeah, I think that's it for now.
I think that's it. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please like it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, just leave them in the box below. And thanks for watching.